committees. It is my pleasure to welcome and thank you for joining us this evening. We have an exciting and informative session planned that we hope engages all of you. Tonight, we will focus on closing the wealth gap reimagined as we look to gain insight from Black-owned businesses in our area. At this time, please give your attention to Ms. Angelina McCarthy Bryant, who will introduce two of our speakers for the evening.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. You could have been anywhere and you have decided to be here with us. We are excited to have you, and we are also extremely excited for you to hear the information that will be presented and provided to you on this evening. As we focus on closing the wealth gap, we have brought along some of our deltas in addition to some of our community members and our business owners and our entrepreneurs as well, to provide some knowledgeable insight in their practice, what they do, and how they focus in on closing the wealth gap. So without further ado, we have a few housekeeping rules, and the exciting piece will be that we will start off with our main presenters this evening. Once we conclude with our main presenters, we will be ushered into our breakout rooms. You will have an opportunity to select the breakout room of your choice, and there you will be greeted by the panelists who will be presenting to you in those rooms, along with the moderators who will assist. In addition to that, we are going to start our session this evening by providing a poll. This poll is going to help us to determine your knowledge currently and if anything has changed by the end of the session. We will bring everybody back from the breakout rooms into the main session. And then from there, we will review the poll for a second time, and we will also complete our electronic evaluation, in which the link will be in the chat. Please feel free, as the session is going along, to ask questions in the chat. You can do that with us here via Zoom, and you will also be able to do that live via Facebook. Now, when we go into the breakout rooms, those of us who are joining us by Facebook will not be able to join us in those breakout rooms. However, we will be returning, so please stay tuned and don't disconnect. We look forward to an amazing evening tonight with you, and thank you for your attendance. Without further ado, I'm going to first share with us one of our disclaimers. And it reads, disclosure statement from the presidents. This is an informational presentation. Please note that individual situations can vary. Neither the information presented nor any opinion expressed constitutes a solicitation for the purchase or sale of any specific good. Neither the Fairfax County Alumni Chapter, the Fredericksburg Area Alumni Chapter, the Northern Virginia Alumni Chapter, or the Prince William County Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, or the members of the Economic Development or Financial Fortitude Committees are endorsing any individual, investment, product, or service discussed. Please consult with your business professional advisor, financial services professional, tax, legal, or accounting professional before making any decisions. The presidents of the Fairfax County Alumni Chapter, the Fredericksburg Alumni Chapter, the Northern Virginia Alumni Chapter, and the Prince William Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Thank you for that. Now we will go ahead and we will launch our poll. Please, when the poll comes up, answer the question for us, everyone. And the question is, since the 1980s, Has the median wealth among Black and Latino families stalled to a percentage less than the median white family? Yes or no? We'll provide a few minutes for you all to answer that question before we come to a close. And we will let you know in a few moments. Still some few are still answering the question. It looks like our percentages have stopped. We will go ahead and in a few moments. We're going to capture this information here and then we will end our poll. We can end our poll now. Okay, and the results are before us. Right now, we have 92% yes, and we have 8% no. And we will stop sharing now. Without further ado, we are going to introduce to everybody our first main presenter. And our first presenter is Sheila Dixon. Sheila Dixon is a well-respected executive in the Northern Virginia community, known for her passion for driving impact and her ability to help organizations enhance their community, nonprofit sector, and her background as a small business owner. Sheila brings a unique perspective to her work as an executive consultant. She serves as executive director of the Northern Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce, Incorporated. Sheila's expertise in program management, branding, public relations, and digital marketing have helped organizations increase their revenue streams and community engagement. She is a skilled negotiator with a reputation for developing strong organizational culture, improving organizational performance, and executing special business projects. In recognition of her contributions to the Northern Virginia community, Sheila has been appointed to several prestigious positions. She is a member of the Association of Chamber of Commerce Executives. Sheila serves on the Fairfax County Economic Advisory Commission and the Virginia African American Advisory Board. In those roles, Sheila is vigilant in keeping her pulse on the community by collaborating and advising with the respect of the Board of Supervisors and Governor on the development of economic, professional, cultural, educational, and governmental links between the Commonwealth of Virginia and the African American community. In addition to her work in nonprofit sector, Sheila is also a member of the Loudoun County Economic Development Advisory Commission, where she works to promote the long-term economic growth and development of the county. With her passion for social justice and drive for results, Sheila is poised to make a significant impact in the Northern Virginia community for years to come. We will also read the bio now for our other main guest presenters, and that will be brought to us by Deshawn Robinson Chu.
Good evening, everyone. I would like us to welcome Ernisha and Tracy Hall. Ernisha Hall is a visionary leader and advocate for underserved populations. She is the founder and president of the Virginia Black Business Directory. Tracy is the vice president of the Virginia Black Business Directory. Ernisha is also board president of the Fredericksburg Area Health Support Services and is dedicated to increasing economic sustainability and capacity of Black business owners. Beyond her professional success, she is an ambitious, innovative individual who is devoted to closing the racial wealth gap. So I'm glad to have her here tonight. Ernisha has used her experience and expertise to strategically develop programs and legacy-changing initiatives that empower and amplify the visibility of Black-owned businesses. The directory, which she founded with her wife, Tracy Hall, in 2020, serves as the voice for Black business owners across Virginia by providing resources, access to capital, technical assistance, advocacy, education, and community engagement. Under her leadership, the Virginia Black Business Directory has received multiple awards for its efforts in promoting economic empowerment. These include the Unsung Hero Award from Dumfries Mayor Derek Woods and 2 resolutions presented by the House of Delegates. In addition to her work with the Business Directory, Ernisha has also been awarded one of Stafford's region's most influential women due to her dedication to advancing economic justice issues in Virginia. Besides being a successful entrepreneur and leader in the community, community development initiatives, Ernisha enjoys spending time with her wife and daughter, as well as pursuing her doctoral degree in business, with a specialization in entrepreneurship at Walden University. She was born in New York City, but now calls Virginia home, where she continues to create meaningful change through her work with the Business Directory. Ernisha Hall is truly an inspirational leader whose ambition and drive are making great strides towards closing the racial wealth gap. Not only does she have extensive expertise working on behalf of minority communities, but she also leads by example. She has built strong teams within organizations such as the Business Directory, which have been recognized both locally and nationally for their efforts towards empowering Black business owners, like myself, who is a Black business owner and a member of the Black Directory, but also advocating on their behalf. Her commitment to increasing economic sustainability amongst underserved populations makes Ernisha Hall and Tracy Hall exemplary role models that all aspiring leaders should strive to emulate.
Thank you kindly. We are now going to bring before you, without further ado, we will start with Sheila Dixon, and then when she concludes, we will then go to the halls. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for this opportunity to be in front of such a beautiful array of people and deltas. I'm just so grateful for this opportunity. And also, I just, one of my dear friends, Nancy Barber, which many of you may know, has been very influential in my career as a woman in the community, and I'm so grateful for her. So just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge Nancy at this time. But again, my name is Sheila Dixon. I am the Executive Director of the Northern Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce. I started this role in 2020, right before the pandemic. At that time, we had probably about 50 members, and today we range about 344 members. We cross about 23 different industries, from brick and mortar businesses to IT and government contracting businesses. And I will say during this time has been very unique, and our businesses are growing. So I just wanted to share a couple of stats about Black women in our community and in the nation. So according to JP Morgan, Black women are the fastest growing demographic of entrepreneurs in the US. However, we face disproportionate financial headwinds. How many can identify with that? I think one of the reasons is because there's a lack of access to capital. We are most likely than any other demographic group to self-fund our businesses. And our wealth advisors will share with us that that is not the way to start the business. You have to find capital. You need you work on loans, grants, and that has been a push that I know, especially during the pandemic, everybody has been working toward. And through our chamber, we really put the pressure on our local, state, and federal government to share those opportunities. And we were very diligent in putting that information out to our members and abroad, so they could take advantage of the resources that were available to bring up our businesses, to help sustain them, and even to help them grow. You'll see within the next couple of months, some areas who are actually going to be rolling out more capital, but they're going to be for specific industries. For instance, the Fairfax County has just launched a grant. So not a loan, but a grant for early adopters for IT companies. So if you are an innovator and you are in that sphere, I encourage you, and you live in Fairfax County, I encourage you to go to that resource, apply for that grant. You can receive probably up to almost $50,000 for your startup. Again, this is a grant, it is not a loan. One of the things that we as just the Black community, we have not been signing up and taking advantage of a lot of these opportunities. So I think that's one way we can also close the income wealth gap, with being in a position of advocacy, being in front of the governor, being in front of state, local representatives, being present on those economic development initiatives. We need to continue to show up. Just don't let it be a chamber of commerce or one advocacy group. Each of you show up. The more they see, the more they will do. So that's one of the things that I would encourage everybody to take advantage of in your own local area. I think the other thing is a lot of companies, they're trying to make our environment more equitable. So we have a lot of women who are in their careers, many who are changing or thinking about retirement, and they want to give back. And they want to be able to start some things on their own. But before they leave, they want to do something in the places that they work. So I think that's why we've seen an increase of DEI initiatives, different entrepreneur groups opening up in a lot of the different larger organizations. Be part of that organization. That's part of the change. A lot of the companies received pretty large amounts of funding for their organizations so they could focus on diversity, equity, inclusion. Be at the table. Be at the table to make the difference for the next generation. We're growing fast. Black women are growing fast. The number of businesses have grown 50% from 2014 to 2019. We represent the highest growth rate of any female demographic. Black females also, 42% of us have opened new businesses during that time. And we represent 36% of all Black employers. Use your power. It's not slowing down, it's only increasing. And the more we increase, the more that we can do and close the income wealth gap, not only for ourselves, but for our families and our communities. You know, I have 3 children myself. I have been blessed to be able to stay at home with those children, and now they're all young adults. But during that time, I had my career and I also started a side business. Many women start their side businesses. While you're working in your corporate careers, continue to build your side business so that perhaps one day you will be able to stand on your own and that business will serve you and the needs of your family at that point in time. I was the type of person, I kind of just jumped. I jumped from corporate into doing something and I said, you know what, I have to make it happen. It just has to happen. And again, by the grace of God, by the resources that I've been able to explore and to be able to help women in the community, those resources have now come together. And I'm at a place right now where I'm almost empty nested and I'm ready to launch my business a little bit further. Serving at the Northern Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce has just been a blessing for me. Again, coming on before the pandemic, really trying to understand what is it that our Black businesses need? What is it that our Black community needs within our region? What can we do to ensure that we continue to grow the strength of the economics that we have in this area? And again, I share, be at the table, whether it's at the local level, your state level, your federal level. Get on an economic committee, understand what's happening and where the opportunities are, and share those opportunities out. I think that's one of the things, and that's why I like working with Ernisha, because we've been able to share resources with one another and be able to help one another in those spheres. So when it comes to collaboration, I think too, that's another area where our Black businesses can do more with one another, is to be able to collaborate and have that open mindset and be able to find out there's enough for everybody. We just have to find out what's great for each one of us and to move forward in that way. So how do we fix some of the funding problems? Again, I think I shared some solutions. Be at the table. Take advantage of all the resources in your community. Start with your economic development agencies. They have the resources. They are the people who have the resources to help. They also hold the classes. You have to be part of the conversation. When you're listening to them, they're telling you exactly what you need to do. Follow what they say. We have more people now who are on the back end making these decisions for whomever is going to receive funding. Get on that committee. That's how we're going to make a difference and continue to close the wealth gap in our area. Of course, working at the chamber, belonging to a chamber of commerce, there are many in this area. I think there are about 24 different chambers in general, but there's one Northern Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce. Support your Northern Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce through membership, through volunteering, just being part of the conversation, share some of your ideas, get engaged. We want to know. We need to hear from you so that we understand the direction that we want to move into. Because at the end of the day, chambers of commerces are here to serve you. And so we want to be that ecosystem in our community that does that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. This is a wealth of knowledge and information. And we are excited to share that Sheila Dixon, who is with the Northern Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce, will be in the panelist area when we do our breakout rooms. So you can select her room and you can go in and ask questions and get more informed on what we can do to be a part of the change when it comes to the wealth gap. So we look forward to that. Now we will bring forth Ernisha and Tracy Hall. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for having us here. I'm sorry, with both of us on here, we go in and out. So we are very happy to be here this evening, and we're grateful for this opportunity. The income and wealth gap between Black and white people in the United States have been a persistent issue for centuries. And so with the Virginia Black Business Directory, our goal has been to close that racial wealth gap. As entrepreneurs, as business owners, we have experienced racism and missed opportunities because of the color of our skin. Outside of business, which is our focus, one story that Tracy and I love to share is we've been married. This year will be 7 years. 7 years. And we tried to buy a house a couple of years ago. Well, I could tell you every lender was like, oh no, you got to come back. You got to do this. You got to do that. It was not a pleasant experience. And last year we tried again. And I said to Tracy, check white, because Tracy's mother is white, her father's Black. I said, check white. We were approved in 30 days and closed on a house in 30 days. They never saw either one of us until we had to send over our driver's license to be, actually, I didn't have to send over mine because we did it all in Tracy's name. And when we finally sent it over, well, if you can see from the color of her skin, think about her ID. You still can't tell her racial background. So they didn't actually know that we were a Black couple until they came to meet us. Now, we don't know if that had to do with the color of our skin, but I'm just telling you, there were plenty of lenders that we spoke to. It came to a point where our credit score dropped from the number of inquiries, and we had to wait before being able to buy a house, because at that point they had tried so many times and kept telling us we needed this, we needed that. Nothing else in our life changed when we got approved last year. So it's missed opportunities, it's disparate treatment, it's things like that encourage us to have the Virginia Black Business Directory. The Virginia Black Business Directory, our 3-year birthday will be this Sunday. And we are the largest Black business organization in the state of Virginia. We have accomplished that because our target audience is the everyday business owner. That means whether you have a brick and mortar, whether you work from home, whether you're just starting out with an idea, we want you to join us at the Virginia Black Business Directory, because our mission is to amplify your visibility, not just amongst other business owners, but also amongst consumers. So through our organization, we have several programs. One of the programs that I'm most proud of recently is we just collaborated with the Business Development Center at Old Dominion University, and we are able to bring an entrepreneur certificate program to our members for free. Another one of our greatest achievements is the Virginia Black Business Expo. We have it annually. It is held in Fredericksburg, but it covers the entire state of Virginia. This will be our 4th expo. Last year, we had 140 business owners. Over 1,500 people came to shop, and we circulated over $300,000 into the Black community. That is the goal and the mission continued for the Virginia Black Business Directory. It is through education. It is through building relationships at networking events. I see several of our members on this call, Wakina, Nicole Gaskin. Those are just 2 of the names. And it's building those relationships and working together and partnering on events and opportunities to meet new people, to introduce them to our community, that we're able to thrive and be successful. What else I got? I'm going to let Tracy go because I really feel like I can talk for a long time. And I remember it said 15 minutes. So I'm trying to do 7 to give her the other 7. But essentially, we want all of you, if you own a business, if you're thinking of owning a business, to join the Virginia Black Business Directory, because our mission personally is to see you win. Like Sheila said, there is enough for all of us to go around, and we ensure that that happens. Whether we had 20 event planners in one room, you will see all 20 of them loving on each other and finding a way to work together.
So I'll say that this year has been big for us also, because what's really important to us is taking the feedback from our members and implementing it. So we really ramped up our educational series, because we all know that the lack of access to capital is a pain point for most business owners, but also there's education that we all need to have when you're starting a business that a lot of times we don't get coming in the door. So this year we've started having live sessions on government contracting, the art of customer service. We did a panel on code switching, what that looks like, for your own business, if you have to do it, if you feel like you should do it, perfecting your pitch, how important those 30-second elevator pitches are for selling your business to someone. We have partnered with the Small Business Development Center at Mary Washington, well, I'll say collaborated to have them provide an educational opportunity on SWAM certification. That's really important. So that's something that we're really proud of, because we send out surveys to our members, we ask them what they want, and we give them what they ask for. If it's education and more education, that's what we do. So that's why we did collaborate with ODU for that particular reason, because of the fact that our business owners want to know more, and it could be learning more about QuickBooks, right? We have a lady who just did a presentation on QuickBooks. She started from the 101 level, and she's going to go through 3 or 4 series of that to work your way up to being a lot more proficient in using that platform. So we're really proud about the direction that the organization is going into, because again, as much as we want to get the money, we need to understand the educational components of owning a business and what those pain points are, so that we can also navigate, once we have the money, how our businesses are going to thrive. Because you can have all the money in the world, but if you really don't understand how to run a business, then the money really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. So those foundational aspects are important for us. Also, as Sheila's mentioned, the lack of capital is something that we try to address by having these, I would say, within our member benefits or our member portal, we have access to several grants that go out. We put a few teasers on our website for those who may not be members, but once you are a member within the member portal, there's an array of different grant opportunities that we open up for our members to have access to. So that's another really important component of what we do. And again, just trying to help our members as much as possible, being a support and a backbone for them. We have members who still contact us and let us know about a lot of their pain points. We just recently received an email from someone who owns a black owned, it's a grocery store in our local area. And she was just expressing to us the difficulty that she's having with her landlord, the racism that she is undergoing right now, and that they actually had to close their store until they go through the courts because of how severe it's been for her. And so what we do, and what we did during COVID, actually, when we found out about them, is we did a push to that that grocery store to get them some money because they were losing money during the pandemic. And that's also why we started Fredericksburg Regional Black Restaurant Week, because our Black restaurants were suffering during COVID. So what we did was a big initiative to get people out to those restaurants so they could stay afloat, because during that time they were really struggling with people not going out to eat and things like that. So we're constantly trying to find new ways to pivot ourselves to pour money back into the Black community. And so that's pretty much a lot of what we do. But we also have an app, which is very popular. It's the Virginia Black Business Directory app. And you can go in that app, and based on your locality, you can actually search for local Black businesses that are near you. And it is available on download from the App Store in Apple and on Google Play as well. So it also showcases our members' events. We have a lot of events regionally throughout the state, also in Maryland and DC as well. And so you can use that app, download it to find out what's happening near you. And that's another way that we like to pour into our members to make sure that we have people supporting them as well.
So I'm just going to say, as it was said in my bio, I'm from New York. So it's all about pulling up your sleeve and getting in the trenches for me. My background is helping others. I have a master's in social work and a background in forensic psychology. I also have a degree in business. And for me, I had someone talking to me one day from the Economic Development Authority. He's like, "You're going to burn yourself out." I'm like, "No, I'm good." He said, "Tell me a little bit more about yourself." And so when I told him like how I used to work in family preservation specialist, I was a child protective specialist, I volunteered with the police department to help our community, right? He's like, "That's why you function like this, because you are working for," as my godmother would say, "the underdog, the person who doesn't have a voice." And so we're here amplifying it. And when I say amplify, if you go on our Instagram, we are constantly highlighting our members. We have between Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter over 20,000 followers. And we reach in a 90-day period over 300,000 people. You don't see my face. You don't see Tracy's face. You see our members, because that's what we want. We want people, when they see the Virginia Black Business Directory, we want them to remember to shop Black, to support Black. If you are looking for a product or service, in order to support us, I'm asking you to support our members. That would be where I would stop.
Wonderful, lady. Thank you so much for sharing. And that was a wealth of knowledge. And there will be others who are going to want to ask you even more questions. And so for our guests who are with us this evening, if you would like to know even more and pour into understanding the Virginia Black Business Directory with the Halls, you can absolutely join their room, which will be coming up shortly as we go into our guest rooms, which are our breakout rooms. So I do want to share a little bit of information for everybody and the breakout rooms. So in our breakout room that is titled the Northern Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce, you can meet our panelist and our main guest presenter, Sheila Dixon. In the Virginia Black Business Directory breakout room, you can meet Arnisha Hall and Tracy Hall. In our financial services, legal, insurance, IT, marketing, and consulting room, you can meet Letitia Stallworth, Angela Wade, and Jermise Pinkney. In our event planning and photography room, you can meet Marilyn Patterson, Nicole Gaskin, Terry Baskin, and Brenda Waters. In our restaurant, apparel, and textiles room, you can meet Sharon Banks and Dr. Wakina Dickens. And in our youth care and camps room, you can meet Deshawn Robinson Chu. So you will have a choice in a few moments to select the rooms you would like to go into. Now, as a reminder, please put your questions in the chat. Now, I don't normally say this, but I'll let you know, if you put some questions in there, you might get a surprise. That's all I'm going to tell you. So for those who participate, they are rewarded. So with that, and without further ado, we are going to be transitioning shortly, and your selections and rooms will be coming up momentarily at 7:10. And for those who are here with us this evening, as you see the beautiful backgrounds, the Closing the Wealth Gap backgrounds, the ladies that you see before you are our moderators, our committee members, and our main guest panelists. So this is very exciting. And we want to thank right now all of our 105 participants who are on this call this evening. That is wonderful. Again, you could have been anywhere, but you decided to pour into yourselves today with our guests, and we are excited to have you. So without further ado, please wait upon the ability to select your rooms, and we thank our IT for their assistance.
If there's anyone in the main room that would like to be put into a breakout room, please just post in the chat which one you would like to go to, and we will assist you in getting there. If you just joined, we are putting, people are into breakout rooms that they are interested in. So if you would like to join a breakout room, just let us know and we will place you in the breakout room.
Hello.
Yes, which breakout, Linda?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what my choices are.
Choices are the Northern Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce, the Virginia Black Business Directory, Financial Services, Legal, Insurance, IT, Market Consultant.
The one with legal in it.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right. Let me get to your name.
Thank you. Thank you.
Whoops.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, restaurant.
Hello.
Yes.
I was looking at Northern Virginia Chamber of Commerce.
Okay. Let me see. I don't see your name.
Lillian Patterson.
Lillian. It doesn't
It might say Maryland.
I don't see you in the unassigned list, but let me see if I can come over here and do it. Sarah Solomon, I don't know. Can you see?
Now, if it's the person on the telephone, they won't be able to join because they're on the
Oh,
telephone.
okay. Okay.
I'm not on the phone. I'm on Zoom.
And what is your what is the name that you have on Zoom, ma'am?
My name,
Yes, ma'am.
Lillian Patterson. Marilyn Patterson registered me.
Did you dial in to Zoom or did you get on a computer and
I'm on my iPad.
I don't know why her name isn't showing up on the
Let's
unassigned.
find her.
Let me.
So what room is Marilyn Patterson in?
Let's see.
Let me see if I can find it. They don't let us do a search on the breakout rooms. She is in event planning. So that might be the issue, because if you use the same login that she registered with,
Yeah.
it already has her in a breakout room. I don't know why, how to do that.
Yeah, because they're using the same login. She won't
Yeah.
be able.
Okay.
She should have signed me up under my own name, but maybe it's under her name.
We're currently in breakout rooms. Those who just joined, if you would like to join a breakout room, please put in the chat and we can send you to the breakout rooms manually.
Is the breakout room where the panelists are?
Yes, for you, because it's the same registration, we're not able to add you to a breakout room because
Okay,
Marilyn is already in a breakout room.
okay. All right. Which means I can't go into that room.
I don't know if you send me, well. No, we're not able to put you in the breakout room because it's showing that she's already in one.
Okay. That's okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Carol Moore, would you like to be in a breakout room? So did you say anything? Carrie Williams? And Sherry Thomas?
Yes.
I just put Sherry
Okay, awesome.
in the room. For the attendee, Marilyn Patterson.
Hello?
Yeah. Is there a pop-up? It shows that you have not joined the room, so there could have been a pop-up that came up.
I don't see anything.
Okay.
Here's what I find interesting. After all that denying and going so far as to swear on his kids' lives, he decided not to appeal the suspension. He says it's because his appeal would not have been heard by an independent arbitrator. It just would have gone back to the Major League Baseball offices. So my question, do you believe him any less?
Mute your, let me see. I'm gonna move you to a different room because it showed that you did not join the other room. But so it should pop up on your screen for you to accept to move into the breakout room.
Which one is that?
I'll just move. Would you want to go into the Black businesses room or the Chamber of Commerce room or event planning and photography, restaurant, apparel and textiles, youth and camps?
I was going into the room where Marilyn is the panelist. I wanted to hear her. She's my daughter.
Yeah, what it shows is that there should have been a message that popped up.
I didn't see one.
And so it shows that it has a status of not joined. So I can't put you in the room because it shows that you're already in that room.
Okay.
But what I'll do is
I could go in anyone. It doesn't matter.
what I'm gonna do is I'll put you in one of the other rooms and then move you to Marilyn's room.
Okay.
Well, I don't know, that might mess her, but let me try that.
On my screen now, I see 4 ladies and I see you.
Yeah, this is the main room. So
Can we try changing her name and maybe that might help?
Yes, can I rename you?
Okay.
What would you like? What's your name? I'm sorry.
You wouldn't like to use Lillian Patterson, would you?
Yeah, I can put that. I'll put Lillian.
Lillian, that because that's my name.
Okay, yes. Okay.
Are you coming back into a general session after the breakout sessions?
Yes. I don't see it. Oh, here. So if you mute your line, I'll move you. Let me see. No, it's not showing.
Mute me.
You may not be able to because
Yeah,
I think
can't.
it technically is pulling by the email. So they use the same email to register.
It might pull Marilyn
Yes,
out of the room. Okay.
correct.
Sorry, but yeah, they should be joining us back shortly. Sorry.
All right, I'm going to mute myself.
Okay.
Now I see my name on the screen.
Yes, ma'am. We changed your name on the screen, but it won't allow us to put you into a room because you're still under the same registration.
I'll just wait until the breakout sessions are over and then I'll join you again.
Yes, ma'am. Tammy Brackens, is there a room that you would like to be put into?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I have no idea. I just realized because I'm on Central Time, that you guys have been started.
Oh, that's okay. I can tell you what the breakout rooms are. The
Okay.
first room is the Northern Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce. Breakout room 2 is the Virginia Black Business Directory. Breakout room 3 is financial services, legal, insurance, IT, marketing, consulting. Breakout room 4 is event planning and photography. Breakout room 5 is restaurant, apparel, and textiles. And room 6 is youth care in camps.
I think it was 3 that was most.
The financial services, the
Yes,
legal.
ma'am.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Mhm. Thank you.
Is it Donquita Clemens?
If you just joined, we're at the breakout room portion of the program. If you would like to join one of the breakout rooms, let us know. Gloria, is there a breakout room you would like to go into?
Recording in progress.
Welcome back, everyone. We are excited to have you all join us. I know you're all coming back into the room. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I can only speak for our room and say that it was impactful. It was impactful, and I'm sure that each of your rooms, you probably felt that it was like, wow, a wealth of information and knowledge. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you to our panelists. Thank you to our participants who came in the room, asked questions, and took lots of notes as we did as well. So what we're going to ask right now is that we're going to take our poll. We're going to have everyone answer the poll again for us. And once we finish our poll, we are going to ask for all of our presenters and our panelists to resume workout their information in the chat. So please go ahead and place your information in the chat, meaning that if anyone in this room would like to reach out to you, what is the best way for them to do that? Is it via website? Is it via an email? Is it via phone call? Please put that contact information clearly in the chat. I'm going to give this opportunity for our presenters and our panelists to do that. After that, you will then see the link that will go to our evaluations. The evaluation will not take you more than, it's a quick evaluation. It helps us to know how well we did and what more we could be doing to be impactful. I'd like you all to know that it took the 4 chapters that are represented here this evening to come together to say, we want to do more, and what more can we do? And under the leadership of our presidents in our chapters, we said, we can do more, we need to do more, we're going to do more, and let's get it done. And that is why this event has come forward. We received many registrants. We've had well over 100 plus on the call tonight. We had over 300 that registered. So again, thank you. And we hope your information that you received tonight truly made a difference for you. So without further ado, let us go ahead and bring up our poll. And if you could please, again, answer the poll that will be before you momentarily. And the poll says, since the 1980s, has the median wealth among Black and Latino families stalled to a percentage less than the median white family? What say you? We'll give everybody a few more minutes to respond to that question. Okay, so it looks like everything is coming to a halt there, and we have 91% yes and 9% no's. So we can end our poll there. Thank you for the poll. And then to answer that question, because again, most people are wondering, well, what exactly is the answer to the poll question? So I will share with you the response and the answer to the poll question, and the results have been shared here. And the answer is this. The answer is actually yes. So since the 1980s, the median wealth among Black and Latino families has been stalled at less than $10,000. The median Black family today owns $3,600, just 2% of the $147,000 of wealth the median white family owns. The median Latino family has assets worth $6,600, which is just 4% of the median white family. Since 1983, the median wealth for all US households declined by 3%, adjusting for inflation. Over the same period, the median Black family saw their wealth dropped by more than half. I mean, this is, again, the statistics don't lie. It's shocking and it needs to change. And the question is, what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? We can't wait for someone to do it for us. We have to be the answer. We have to be the change. We have to connect as entrepreneurs, as business professionals. We have to share our knowledge. We have to turn around and help the next person to get up. We cannot retain all the information and not share it because someone shared it with us, which helped our practices, our businesses, the directories, and to them to help to grow. So again, we want everyone here to be impacted tonight. We want everyone to say, what more can I do to make this a better place, a better world than the way in which we found it? So if we take a look in the chat here, we want to again thank our presenters. We want to thank our panelists for your time. And if you scroll up in the chat, you will see starting here all of the panelists. So you'll see it says panelist. It also says presenter. If you can please everyone take your phones out if necessary. You can take a quick picture if you need to of the information here on the side here. This way you don't miss any of the information. If you were not in a particular room, not to worry. Again, you may have wanted to be in more than one room. Just go ahead and just scroll on down, take all the snapshots you need of every professional, and feel free to reach out to them individually to gain as much knowledge and information as possible. So to all of my panelists and all of the presenters, hopefully your information is now in the chat. Now, everyone, you're going to receive the evaluation. Please kindly complete the evaluation for us, and it will take you a few moments. So we're going to go ahead and do that. While that evaluation is taking place, we would like to have our closing remarks. And I will say that in our session that we had of the financial session, we heard something from one of our panelists. And what she shared was something called the 5 B's of business. And the 5 B's of business that she shared is this. 1, believe in yourself, believe. 2, build the business, build. 3, brand the business, brand. 4, bank on your business, bank. And 5, and I love this, not breaking in the process. Don't give up. You're not the first or the last to struggle in starting a business, sustaining a business, retaining a business. Reach out to those who've done it, ask for help, and whatever you do, don't give up. So everybody, the evaluation was placed in the chat at 7:57 p.m. We need your help right now. So please, please go ahead and answer those questions in the evaluation. And while you're doing so, we are going to bring forth Regina Ware, and we are also going to bring forth the president of the Fairfax County Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Helene Fisher, following. Without further ado, Regina Ware.
Good evening. On behalf of the 4 program planning and development committees of the host chapters represented here tonight, I would like to thank each of you for attending this collaborative event. It is our hope that the information shared will benefit each of you as you navigate ways to close the wealth gap for you and your families and for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah Ware. Good evening. I'm Helene Fisher, president of the Fairfax County Alumni Chapter. And on behalf of Melanie J. Carter, Rita Armstead, and Sharon Andrews, we are the presidents of the participating chapters. We say thank you to our presenters, our panelists, committee chairs and members, our facilitators, and technology support for tonight's very informative event. Without you, this event would not have been a success. So we really want to thank you for your participation. We know that focusing on Black businesses and building a strong financial foundation and closing the wealth gap are very important topics of discussion. We really want to thank our participants for spending the time this evening. We know that you've asked very informative questions and thought-provoking questions. I have the opportunity to switch from breakout room to breakout room. So I heard some of that discussion. So really, really thanking you for participating and joining us tonight on a Friday evening. So thank you for taking out that time. We hope that this information presented meets your expectations and it is meaningful insights for you. We want to remind you to complete the evaluation because that informs each one of our chapters about what we need to provide for our communities. We are very much community-based and we want to make sure that we meet the needs of our communities. So what I'd like to do, I know that there is information that's still being presented in the chat and there are questions that potentially may still be asked. So I'll ask that technology holds on just for a moment, but we are closing out this event officially. And so with that, we wish you fortitude in building a strong financial foundation. Good night and happy Friday to everyone.